The saga continues with the Pittsburgh Embers and their former players. Last month, we saw Obey Alliance making an announcement saying that they had acquired the roster of the Embers, which I did not cover in a previous video, and I apologize about that. And if you're not aware of what's been going on with the whole Embers situation, I do suggest watching our previous videos on it. But if you are familiar, then let's go ahead and take a look at what's been going on since those Embers players have moved over to Obey. So back on September 26, Obey Alliance tweeted that they now had a roster for the new Rainbow Six team, those players being Fazo, Abunai, Callout, Grixer, and Forrest. And when I first heard those names, I was a bit confused because on one hand, I'm thinking, okay, so did those guys get released from the org? And on the other hand, I'm thinking, all right, did they do it legally? What is going on here? So, as it turns out, when Obey actually acquired the roster of the Embers, Ryan Labriola, the owner of the Embers, reached out and sent them a legal notice, apparently, saying that, hey, these players are still under contract with me, and also no one from Obey actually reached out to me to tell me about this, so I had no idea about it. And then on top of that, he's going to be seeking damages against those players if they are not returned to him. And it took a while, but we did see a response back from Obey just yesterday. The CEO, Shook, had a couple things to say. He said, 1, illegal contract. 2, we haven't been served any legal papers. 3, it's an independent contractor agreement, and in the state of Pennsylvania, you can't have exclusivity clauses. 4 different independent lawyers have looked at this and laughed at it on our side. 5, cool story, bro. So as we can see, Shook does not give a heck. He's basically writing off everything that Ryan has to say, and it looks like he has the confidence in that he knows everything is going to go his way. Bars. But Ryan did actually respond to the post, and he opened up by saying that he sent them a legal notice on September 26th, and then Shook responded, writing, I'm butthurt and I'm seeking damages on a Microsoft Word document, and saving it as a PDF doesn't make it a legal notice. But if you'd like to attempt spending money on a lawyer, have them contact my legal team so we can have a chat. Ryan responded by telling them to provide contact information, and they'd happily do so, and Shook's response kind of just shuts him down entirely in his idea of pursuing damages against Obey. You have my personal information, feel free to have your lawyer contact me. Your personal damages with the players has nothing to do with me. You have every right to attempt garnering damages from them, however, without a valid exclusivity agreement, Obey isn't liable. At first glance, it looks like Shook is just throwing his players under the bus, but I think that there's actually a reason why he said that. And I think one is because obviously he wants to protect Obey and he wants to deter Ryan from trying anything against them, and it would be a waste of time. Both of their waste of time, actually, and resources. 2, I think is because Shook probably has the confidence that his players will be fine and that Ryan actually won't even end up seeking damages against them, and if he does, that he probably won't be successful. And I will explain why that might be the case in a bit, but let me show you guys the rest of the Twitter thread. Ryan asked for some clarification about which email to send it to, and Shook came back swinging. He said, last time I'm responding to you. By all means, if you find legal ground to stand on, please have an actual lawyer message me. I don't deal with public clown fiestas. It still looks like Shook is taking Ryan's promises of legal actions as a joke. One of the writers for Siege.gg, Infian Ewok, makes a great point though. He says that the cost of actually starting any legal processes is probably going to cost more than what Ryan would actually be receiving in damages, so it's just not worth it. And on top of that, he also says that he would have to file a lawsuit in every state against each player because they are in different states, and each state has different laws, of course, and so that means that some things might not apply. So it looks unlikely that he will actually even be doing this lawsuit in the first place, but in the event that he does, I don't imagine it to go particularly well. So that leaves us here. We're just waiting on an update from either side, but I wouldn't be surprised if there were no updates because in reality, this thing should have been done with and left in the past a while ago. I think those players have moved on and they've gotten over it, and they're probably really happy with their new organization, and I think they deserve to be happy, so I think it should stay that way. I will update you guys in case there are any updates or, any announcements from either side. But until then, I will be seeing you guys tomorrow with another video, and I really hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you all so much for watching, guys. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Peace.